right, we've got Facebook connected. We have Instagram connected. Welcome to the Reiki Q A. I know the music just got really loud. This is the Reiki Q A for August 18th, 2020. I'm going to just wait a minute for everybody to log on, and I'm going to go grab something to drink and we'll get started. Okay, welcome everyone to the Reiki Q A tonight. Those of you that are watching it live, please leave a comment and let me know that you're here. Also, feel free to add any of your comments into the comment box and I will answer them as soon as I see them. And if you're watching the replay, if you can please just do a hashtag replay so I know that you caught this at another time. And feel free to place your question there and I will do my best to answer it as quickly as possible. So my name is Cindy Huston and I am a practitioner of Reiki. I have been practicing Reiki for over a decade now, and I always say that Reiki found me, although I was always seeking. And my journey began in 2007 when I really was actually about ready to step away from my first love, which was being a professional dancer. And I'd always been sensitive to energy, and I remember as a kid I would always feel things of others. And I even remember some times in like kindergarten, first grade, where I tried to let friends know and they kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? And so it was really interesting. I would say about when I was a teenager, I kind of started to hide those gifts and shut them down. And it wasn't until in my mid-20s that I actually started to recognize that that was a part of me. And so I started to just dive in, and I shifted my career into becoming a body worker and an energy worker, and it's led me down this whole path of providing wellness coaching and opening a wellness studio, and has allowed me to experience another way of being and another way of living. And I will give credit though to dance, and I'm so grateful that I had parents that allowed me to dance, because that allowed me to at least stay connected to a flow that was beyond me, connected to a creative flow. And I know that that definitely set me up for the work that I do today, and that I am truly, truly grateful. So again, just feel free to leave a comment in the comment box at any time when you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer. So what is Reiki? So Reiki is a life force energy that we all have access to, and the lineage that I'm connected to is the Usui lineage. And there's many different types of Reiki. Reiki has been around for thousands and thousands of years, and it's not until recently in the West that it's actually been recognized as a practice that can be beneficial for someone's health. And more as research is happening around the energy field, and these practices that have been around for thousands of years are now, there's science behind them. So this isn't just a woo-woo practice that make everything bad go away, but it's really we have, the yogis say that we have a physical body, and then on the outer layers, there's 7 layers, so they're called koshas, and oftentimes we really focus on the physical layer, but then it moves into the emotional layer and the mental layer and the energetic body layer. And also in our internal body, we have these energy centers called chakras, which are the 7 energy centers. The main ones run along the center line of the body. And they start at the base of the spine, and they move up throughout the body and reach out top of the head. Now, there's more than 7 chakras in the body, but they're most commonly, we're connected to the 7. And so those are some things you can research, tap into, and these are things that we go into in the Reiki trainings if you are interested in doing any sort of Reiki training. And many of you watching this maybe already have been attuned to some form of Reiki or some form of energy practice. And so the history behind the Usui Reiki is that his wife was actually very sick, and they had tried many things and they weren't working. And so one day when Usui was meditating in the mountains, he started to, he was fasting, he started to get this download of information, and it was the Reiki symbols, the Reiki mantras, how to receive and give the Reiki. And so when he left that meditation or that fasting period, there's different stories on what actually happened at that time when he received the energy, is that he started to practice the Reiki on his wife, and his wife started to get better, and the family didn't understand what he was doing or what they were doing for her to become better, because nothing else was working. And so then others started to ask, what is this Reiki? And they wanted to receive it. They wanted to experience it. So family members were coming to him to receive this energy. And then from there, the Reiki energy expanded. The village started to hear about it. And so more and more people started to come to Usui to learn about this Reiki energy, which then word got out and people wanted to learn it. So he created the school of Reiki. And at that time, then people in the West got curious and they found their way to him and they started to get trained in it. Now, there's a bit of a difference between Western Reiki and more traditional Japanese style Reiki. So in the West, we like things here and now, and we like it really quick. And so the Westerners found a way to share this information and but attune people in 24 hours or less than 24 hours, maybe even 5 hours. And that doesn't mean that you get less benefits from that type of attunement. You're still going to go through the process of there's a 21-day cleanse, and it's more of an energetic cleanse, so you don't have to worry about what you eat, but some people are a little more mindful what they're eating at that time, or they maybe don't have the cravings that they normally have. And so one of the main Westerners that came in is by the name of Takata, and she studied with Usui, and she came back and she opened a Reiki school in Hawaii. And from there, that's where really westernized Reiki really boomed. And so there's different levels of Reiki. There's Reiki One, and Reiki One is all about the practitioner. It's all about you attuning your energy to your highest vibration that you can access in that moment. And like any practice, it's something that you continue to practice over and over again. And so it keeps matching you or helping you along your way to stay at a higher vibration, to stay at a higher frequency, to help release any clutter. And the symbol that you get attuned to in Reiki One is actually the power symbol, right? So it's very empowering. So anything that doesn't match your center, anything that's not empowering to you, is released and let go. And from then, it's encouraged, especially the first 21 days, to do a self-Reiki session. And I always say, if you go to a practitioner and receive Reiki, once you get attuned to Reiki, it just amplifies. And you can talk to anyone that received Reiki before and then got attuned to Reiki. And so when they go get a Reiki session from a practitioner, they notice a difference. Most do. I don't want to say everybody does, but most people notice a difference. And so then the next is Reiki 2. So Reiki 2 is the practitioner level. So if you are already some form of service of a nurse or a massage therapist or a yoga instructor or some type of therapist, this can be an excellent tool not only for yourself, but you could offer it as a service for your clients. And some people really want to go down this path. And some people just really want the information for themselves, which is just as good. So whatever the Reiki you're wanting, whatever you're needing from the Reiki, it's going to provide for you that day, whether you're going to be a client of Reiki or you are going to become a practitioner of Reiki. And then so the next is Reiki 3. And so this is the master level. And master level, you step up your vibration. So this is when you're really getting serious about wanting to run this energy, and you learn tools. Well, you learn it in Reiki 2. You tap into it, how to run the energy without any space and time. So you can you can eliminate space and time. So someone that's not even in your physical space, you can run this energy for. And master level, it expands. So you learn about the Reiki grids, and you learn some new mantras. And Reiki 2 and Reiki 3, you do get attuned to additional symbols, and then it leads to Reiki teacher level. So some people get really passionate about it, and they say, I want to teach this. And so you learn how to attune people. You learn how to share this Reiki energy with others. And some people go through the whole process and they don't share it, but they have it, and they have it when they need. And so right now can be a really important time to tap into energy, right? Because the world is shifting and many things are being revealed, maybe things that you've never experienced, or because there's so much mass distraction always, now we don't always have all those distractions available, and you might be starting to feel more. You might be starting to be with yourself more. And that, if you've never given that to yourself, or it's been a long time, can actually feel like a lot. And anybody who's been through some sort of spiritual transformation will let you know, oh, you're going through that. And there's different names for that. But really, it's diving in deep, and it's connecting to you beyond who you are. And there's many energy practitioners who have, kind of predicted this time when we would be going through this mass shift as a planet. And now more than ever, having tools to stay connected to your energy field and be completely aware of your energy field, is my cat Miss Kali, is so important. And Miss Kali is actually a Reiki master. She's been attuned to Reiki, and what's the sweetest thing is sometimes she'll put her paws on me and I can actually feel the Reiki energy running through her to me. It's the sweetest. And a lot of times pets are actually they're really already aware of energy, animals, and the rhythms of nature. And then they also are they can feel, they can't always express it. Oh, she just knocked over the Instagram camera. And she did it again. She's letting us know her presence is here. So thank you, Miss Kali. All right, so from here, I would just like to know if anybody has any questions. Just put it in the comment box and I'd be happy to answer. I'm gonna grab something to drink. All right. So one practice I'd like to share is if you just put your palms together and you rub your hands together like this. And many of you have probably done this. If you are in a colder climate, you might do this to stay warm. And then just take a moment and just let your hands separate a little bit. You might feel a tingling sensation. You might feel a pulsing sensation. That's energy. Right? And you might even try to open and close your hands and notice if that changes. You know, do you feel less energy? Do you feel more energy? Everybody experiences energy a little bit different. Just like everyone gives Reiki a little bit different. Like there's a protocol, but that's what makes it unique. Okay? And I'd like you all to just press the center of your palms. Take a moment, let your palms face up. And I want you to close your eyes and just focus on the center of the palms that you've activated. Keep your eyes closed. Keep breathing. And some of you might be feeling something. You might still just feeling that tingling. If you're feeling circles, you might write circles or spirals just to let me know. Okay, so that's energy. So it's always available to us. It's always accessible to us. And so what, you know, going back to my story, what Reiki did for me was I became a body worker and I got really opened up because I was getting a lot of massage and I was getting a lot of acupuncture. I went to a school that trained people in both. And that's when I really started to open up to my gifts. And people would get massages from me and they would say, you know, we feel you running energy. And people that were more clairvoyant or energy sensitive would describe it or see it. And they said, would you, you know, consider getting attuned to Reiki? And I said, I didn't really know much about it. I was nervous. I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to step into a cult? How's this going to change me? What's going to happen? But they said, you know, there's more structure to it. It's getting really recognized in the West. It might be a tool that you might want to add. And I'm absolutely grateful that I did. Not only is it great for me to have as a daily practice, but it's changed how much energy I can have to classes and clients. I used to, at the beginning before Reiki, I would feel so drained. But once I learned how to run energy and continue to work with energy, and those of you that tend to be more empathic, that you take other people's energies on or you feel other people's energies, and some of us maybe aren't even aware of it, but that moment, you know, when you go past someone and you feel something really strong, you're like, is that me or is that them? Where did that come from? That a lot of time, that happens a lot with a lot of empaths. So a tool like Reiki can really help you distinguish what energy is yours and what energy isn't yours, right? And sometimes if your energy is feeling depleted, it's good to know a practitioner that runs energy because they can help you kind of sort it out as well. So that is the Reiki Q&A for today. I don't want to keep it too long. I was going to keep it about 30 minutes and give a little time for people to ask questions. If you are interested in being attuned to Reiki, I do offer individual attunements. You do not have to be in person. This can be absolutely done virtual. I've done a handful of attunements already virtually. Most people prefer to be in person, but those who have done the virtual attunement have shared that it was actually quite nice because they got to be in their home and they got to be in their energy, and after they got attuned, they didn't have to worry about going out and being around other people's energy, and they could just sit with it and be with it and go into their 21-day cleanse right from home. So let me know. There is a Reiki One attunement scheduled for November, so you can check the site. I don't have the date exactly, but you can go to the Yoga Body Elements /events site, and you can or you can type in Reiki, or you can just send me a message and I can give you the dates. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if I can help you and serve you in any way. Scheduling a Reiki session, helping you get attuned to Reiki, or helping you, at least if you don't want to study with me, I can guide you to someone who could help. All right, so take care of yourself and keep being good to you. Find ways to nurture yourself and find ways to keep your energy vibration up. Again, Reiki is an excellent tool to do this. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day, and bye-bye for now.